You heard that right, my boy. We have some very important news to go over when it comes to Dragon Ball Super in the year 2025. Happy New Year, first and foremost, guys. I'm so excited to be uploading a Dragon Ball Super video again, especially my first video of the new year. The Dragon Ball Super manga has been on hiatus for coming up on, if you can believe it, almost a year now, since March 2024, but now we finally have an inkling, at least, of what we can expect from the series going forward. Thanks to Jump Festa, we were given some incredible news regarding a new story being told in regards to the Dragon Ball Super manga when it does return soon. So before we hop into all the information that we have so far, if you guys haven't already, consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel for more Dragon Ball, anime, and comic content all 2025. But without further ado, let's hop right into the Dragon Ball Super news coming this year. Now, like I said in the intro, Jump Festa was pretty generous this year, but maybe we feel that way because we've been waiting on the edge of our seats for even the mention of Dragon Ball Super, let alone any news pertaining to any content at all coming soon. This was initially reported to a broader audience by DBS Hype, thanks to Vicky0704, I hope I'm saying that name right. I'll be sure to link both of you guys down below in the description box, who attended Jump Festa in December over on Twitter, so be sure to go follow them. So as per Jump Festa news amongst Dragon Ball Daima and other things, in February 2025, which is next month at the time that I'm reporting this, they have announced a brand new Dragon Ball Super one-shot manga story that will be released in V-Jump's April issue. Now, for those of you that don't really follow V-Jump releases month to month, this is the April issue, but it will be released in February, so don't be confused. Now, once again, this is going to be released via V-Jump, not an actual chapter of Dragon Ball Super in like Viz or anything like that. For right now, all we have is this initial image so far that I'm going to be showing you guys for the coming one shot, but this looks like it could really be the startup of some type of big return for the Dragon Ball Super manga, at least in my opinion. This is still the really early stages of everything, so we should be getting more information as the weeks go on, especially since we're in January now, but for right now, we can at least look forward to this short story coming up soon. If we take a look at the initial preview image that was shown at Jump Festa, it shows Goten, Trunks, and remember that superhero that they were obsessed with in the prequel to the superhero arc, that hero from the movie that they wanted to go see, if you guys remember since it was so long ago, Clean God. Right now, and this is just a guess on my part at the moment, but hopefully this short story will pick up after the events that took place within the superhero arc. Of course, it's going to be new content, but our hope is that it in some way, no matter how big or small, progresses the Dragon Ball Super story somehow. Now, I know just based off the numbers that not everyone was the biggest fan of the prequel content in the manga before the superhero arc took off in full force, but Goten and Trunks do need more meaningful purpose in the Dragon Ball Super story since we finally seen them grow up a bit after all these years. That's something we were asking for, right? Now, since Clean God is seen in the picture with Goten and Trunks, it would probably be safe to assume that this does in fact take place as the latest piece of content following the superhero arc in the manga, but being that this is just a one-shot, this isn't gonna be, you know, a brand new arc in itself or anything like that. I look at this as kind of like an appetizer, and maybe this is going to be showing us what Goten and Trunks were up to while the aftermath of the stuff with Beast Gohan was going on planet Beerus. Hopefully this one shot leads to an eventual return of Dragon Ball Super's manga in March or maybe April after the conclusion of Dragon Ball Daima, which should be ending around that time as well. It'd be really unfortunate to just not have any new Dragon Ball content after Daima ends, but if the rumors that we've been hearing about are true and, you know, all the clues that we've been seeing in Daima are relevant, like seeing Gawasu, the creation of the multiverse with Rhymus and other things, then Daima may in fact actually lead to some type of lore or content that gets revealed in Dragon Ball Super at a later time as well. Initially, a lot of us probably thought that Daima may be its own little, I guess, side story or adventure, since before the debut episode, it was hard to really put where this story would take place in the original Dragon Ball continuity, but if this really does take place directly after the Buu arc, then that makes sense, but also raises a lot more questions on why certain things went the way they did in early Dragon Ball Super. As Daima would go on and progress though, week by week, it became more clear that Toriyama did want this to be looked at as a part of the original Dragon Ball continuity though, so what this holds in store for the future of Dragon Ball Super, I can only imagine, but I'm more than excited for whatever is to come. Now, the entire birth of the multiverse through Raimus, and this isn't a Dragon Ball Daima video at all, but I feel like this is really important to state, trying to, kind of connect the dots between Daima and Super. The entire birth of the multiverse through Raimus and the concept of the good Supreme Demon King kind of gave us that lane to try and tie in Daima with Super, especially with Shin alluding to these forces still being out there. So the next arc in Dragon Ball Super, or a future arc period, it doesn't have to be directly the next arc, since a lot of us are really hoping on seeing more Black Frieza coming up soon, could possibly have characters referencing or even returning to the Demon Realm for some whatever reason. I mean, even if a return to the Demon Realm is a slight stretch, Raimus being as significant to everything within Dragon Ball as we've come to learn in Daima recently is pretty pivotal anyway. We've all by now come to understand Zeno's role as the Omni King in Dragon Ball Super, and future Zeno becoming a mainstay in the present day Dragon Ball Super story makes me feel like there's now no reason at all why Raimus couldn't be introduced at some point. I mean, we literally have two Omni Kings running things right now, and we have literally zero information on Zeno's guards as well. Now, correct me down below in the comments if I'm wrong, fellas. Y'all know I'm Unk now, so the memory ain't all the way there. I have no clue if I'm just forgetting or if we never saw Zeno's guards from the future as well. Who and what exactly are they, and do they have knowledge of Raimus as well? Even the Grand Priest, does the Grand Priest have knowledge of Raimus? He should, right? I have no clue, but a character of this magnitude that they literally say created the entire multiverse as we know it can't just get introduced in what's supposed to be a canon series and then never be seen or get mentioned again. So in the future, I would assume that this is someone we can look forward to seeing in Dragon Ball Super at some point. Now, once again, fellas, this is going to be a short one-shot story that isn't going to specifically be the next new chapter or start of the next new arc in Dragon Ball Super. It's not even going to be in Viz or anything like that as far as I know. Hopefully, by the end of it, though, we do get an announcement for the continuation of the manga and whenever the next arc is supposed to start. This is all just speculation, of course, but we could possibly be looking forward to a return of the Dragon Ball Super manga in March or April. I mean, this is what we're hoping for at least. Since the passing of Toriyama, things have been really up in the air with no solid answers as of late. But the beginning of 2025 still at least looks promising, especially with Toyotaro continuing to drop art pieces still nearly on a monthly basis to kind of, I guess, let us know that he's still here. And with his recent interview a couple of months ago, he did state that he's excited to continue showing us amazing battles in Dragon Ball Super, so hope is still here. If you guys are as excited as I am for more Dragon Ball Super content this year, no matter what form we get it in, consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel for more informative and entertaining Dragon Ball, anime, and comic content coming your way. But anyways, have a great day, and I'm gonna see you fellas in the next one. Bye, guys.